Go on then, so that's what, a 1992 Courage Imperial Stout?
Yeah, this was given to him by Steve Williams. You can find him on Beer Justice blog.
It's a very slight hiss there.
Yes, blimey, you can smell it.
How does it smell?
It smells like port.
Excellent, that's a good sign. And now, Dark Lord. The thing about the wax-capped beers is that sometimes they, when you cut through the wax, you might get a slight hiss. The wax keeps it really prevents oxygen transmission.
I've never opened one of these before, so.
You're doing a good job, your hands are very steady. Okay.
I'm probably going to go
another
through
very slight hiss.
Go through the top of the freezer.
Can you smell that?
Oh yeah, that smells nice.
Smells good, right.
Just let you know.
Let's get them tasted. Hey, welcome to the next year of Beer Blog. You just saw Rob there from hopzine.com. He was opening a couple of bottles of very special beer. The first one we've got for tasting is the classic Russian Imperial Stout, Courage Smith's Imperial Stout. It says here brewed in 1992. As we opened the bottle, you heard Rob say that it smelled like port. I'm really excited to try it. And this was actually a present. Let me just pour some out. This was actually a present from Steve Williams, Beer Justice, on the recent Twist Up in Sheffield. Rob swapped that for a bottle of Wensleydale Black Dub Stout. I think Rob probably did quite well out of it. It's a really, it's not quite opaque, but it's very dark, and immediately you get that really sort of aged, almost like undergrowthy. There's a slight sourness to it, and it's like in wine terms, it's something that they call sous-bois. It's undergrowth. It's basically the smell of decay. That's incredible. The texture is wonderful. The carbonation is very low. It's probably never really very fully carbonated. And what you get, as it hits the tongue, is a sweetness, and you get an immense sort of bitterness, dark chocolate, roastedness, and then that softens out into a big sort of sweet dried fruit flavour. God, that's really good. There's a kind of a spirity quality to it as well, a bit like maybe brandy soaked figs or prunes or something like that. That's really lovely. It's a small bottle, so I'm glad that I've got Rob here to share it with me. But the one that we're really excited about, of course, Floyds Dark Lord. This came from Lee Burkett. This is a really generous present that he brought over recently. Floyds Brewery, Munster, Indiana. They're a small brewery. They don't have a huge output. This is kind of, I guess, their most celebrated beer. Every year they have Dark Lord Day, which is the last Saturday in April, I think. And what they've had to do in 2009, what they did, because it was such a popular thing, they did a golden ticket system. Basically, they sold 2,000 tickets for people to come to the brewery and buy this beer and have a taster. They gave the proceeds of that to charity, obviously. So this is a really celebrated Russian Imperial Stout. It's brewed with coffee, with honey and molasses as well, I think. I'm half expecting it to gloop out of the bottle a bit like ketchup, but there's a bit of gloopiness to it. It's fairly thick. Lovely sort of tan head there, and leaving sort of lovely legs on the glass. Oh my goodness, that's something else altogether. It's the opposite of all the age and the undergrowth notes in the Imperial Stout that we just tried. It's really intense, just kind of really precise and focused. That's so kind of concentrated. It's got a real intense sweetness to it. It's almost like a kind of espresso sweetness with kind of fruit sugar or something like that, with demerara. And there's a slight kind of minerally note to it as well. Almost metallic, but not quite metallic. There's a real sort of, I don't know, essence of something going on inside this beer. Wow. That's a huge, really powerful beer, but really drinkable at the same time. It's not, you're getting a little bit of afterburn as it goes down. It's definitely, there's a lot of alcohol in it, but it's actually really drinkable. And actually, to demonstrate how drinkable it is, I think now Rob and I are going to try and finish up the rest of this bottle. So I hope you found that interesting. There's an Imperial Stout from 1992 and an American Imperial Stout brewed much more recently, brewed last year. A really fascinating comparison of kind of what age does to a beer and textures and flavours. Sort of moving like from the intensity of the young one to the aged, soft roundedness of the old one. I hope you found that interesting. I've certainly enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Cheers now.